Dell Demps, and I just want to take a moment and just speak to you. You know, I'm not really a speaker; I'm a singer, so y'all bear with me because I'm not kind of nervous. I'm usually not nervous, but I'm a little nervous. But I actually would like to invite all of my family to come up with me, please. My mom, brothers, aunts, cousins, my husband, my children, my children's godparents, my godchildren, nieces, nephews, and it's important for me to bring them up because God gives you people that He plants in your life, and every one of these people played a role in my journey. In 2001, I felt a small lump in my right breast. And at that time, I was a freshman in college. I went to Detroit, back home for me, to college. And when I came back home on a Christmas break, I told my mom that I felt a lump. We went to the doctor, and they diagnosed it as cystic mastitis, which is just a small mass. And they prescribed me a medication, and that medication, for the most part, it got rid of the lump. From 2001 to 2010, the lump grew and it continued to grow over 10 years. I didn't know it at the time that it was cancer, but it was cancer. It wasn't painful at first, but in 2010, when I moved back home, the Lord was doing work that I didn't even know that He was, His plans were already being made. So I came back home. I didn't really want to be back here, but the Lord said, okay, it's time for you to go back. Just do what I tell you to do. So I came back home, moved back in with mom and dad. I was like, look, I'm not going to be here long because I've been living on my own for a while now. So whatever the plans are, we just going to go with that. So God then sent him back to me. I met him in 1993 when we moved to Miami, Florida. And God sends you what you need when you need it. Whether you know it or not, at that time, that's what you need, but He gonna send them. He gave me a good foundation in my mom, my dad, who's no longer here physically, but he's here. So He gave me a good foundation. This is my dad's sister, my cousins, and I thank God, my brothers, my sisters, and my in-laws. He sent all these people to me. Even as a young child, I didn't know that my in-laws would be my in-laws. So, 2010, we met back up. I kind of was like, this is the little boy, y'all, that I used to like growing up. So, the Lord knows what He's doing, So, He asked me to marry Him. I said yes, of course. And during that time period, the cancer, it grew, and it grew. And over those, from 2010 to 2012, it tripled in size. At the time that I went to I actually went to the doctor. He actually made me go because I was in so much pain I could barely lift my right arm. And when I lifted my arm, you can see the tumor sticking out the side of my breast. And he, at that point, was like, look, enough is enough. You've been in pain since we've been together, but you haven't said anything. You've been through it. So I went to the doctor. The doctor immediately knew it was something that needed to happen now. She did a biopsy, and I was diagnosed with malignant phyllodes tumor. And it is a cancer that affects less than 1% of the breast cancer. So it's like pretty much 1 in 100,000 women get the cancer that I had. And the malignant part is 0.5 of that 1%. So I did my first surgery in May of 2012, and they removed the tumor, and they had to go in to where they removed all the breast tissue, all the muscles, back till about here, all the way up to here. At that time, I never knew, I had never had a surgery. I was my mom's child that was never sick, never in the hospital. I think the most I had was the measles. I was about 6 years old. That was it. So I never thought that I would be in a hospital, that I would have to depend on people. I'm very independent. And God put me in a place where I had to lay on the bed, let people do stuff for me. I had to have this man clean me. And y'all know me. I don't like dirty. I don't like to be dirty. I like to do everything for myself. And God put me in a place to say, be still. You have to be still, and I'm going to do this work. You don't think you a talker, but I got a testimony for you. I sing, that's my thing, but I have something else for you to do. So when October came, I had my second surgery, and that's when they went in and they put an expander in. And the expander, for the most part, helps them do the reconstruction. After that was my second surgery, and at that time, I think that's when it really started hitting me. I'm a really private person, so most of my family here didn't even know that I had cancer until after the first surgery. So I had to get in a place to say, okay, God gave you these people. You need to rely on these people that I've given you. I strategically place people in your life to be the help that you need at the time that you need it. I had my third surgery in January 2013, and that was the last surgery I did. They did the reconstruction, and at that point I said, okay, God, I know you have more for me to do. I have to give it all to you. You gave me what I needed. You gave me the testimony. Now it's time for me to do something with what you gave me. And I just thank God for these people that he strategically placed. Because when you low, you're low. And when you low, that's when you need the people that he gives you. It took me a while because, like I said, I'm not a person to rely on other people. And God actually sent my husband and I to this church. We specifically said we want to go to a church that was a church of our own, not somewhere where we were raised at, but somewhere where we decided we wanted to go. So God sent us here. And it just so happened that Pastor Brooks happened to be my husband's football coach when he was younger. So God knows what to do. Every step of the way, Pastor Brooks, Lady Brooks. St. Pete has been a blessing. When I say he gives you people, he gave me not just a village. I just feel like God continues to bless me exceedingly and abundantly than all that I can ask. And he blessed me so much that he gave me my little boy. At the time, I just said before, if I don't have a baby by the time I'm 30, I'm not having kids. I don't want to be the old lady having a little baby running around. So I found out that I was pregnant with my son 4 months before my 30th birthday. And I thank God for him because I look at him, and even he is a miracle for me. My baby was in the hospital 12 days when I had him. And at the time, I didn't understand, well, Lord, what did I do wrong? But that's a part of my miracle. That's a part of my testimony. And when you ask God for something, you got to be careful what you ask for. Because I used to say, okay, Lord, what is it that you have for me to do? I know I sing. Okay, I'm not the best singer in the world, but I know you gave me this testimony. Give me this voice for your glory, and I use it for your glory, but I know it's something more. But this is what he gave it to me for. I may not be able to touch everybody, but I know that what he's given me and the task that he has presented for me, I got to share with the world. And there's a little song that Tasha Cobb sings, and the song blessed me so much because at the time I didn't know he was making me an example. And at the time I didn't know I was going to be a miracle. But that's what I am. And it simply says, Lord, make me your example. I'll be your miracle. Show me a miracle. God, make me your example. Show us miraculous. Show us a miracle. God, make me your example. I'll be your miracle. Show us a miracle. Somebody lift your hands and say, God, make me your example. Sister Devonna, I'll be your miracle. He made you a miracle. God, make us your example. We are your miracle. You showed